Otan hetken aikaa tätä peliä.
To like sit here and feel for an hour. I'm not.
Well, we know you're always
enjoy
down.
that.
I'm not that interesting.
Pretty good.
Honest,
I hear you got a lot of nuke theories, so
That's
do,
true.
we can
He
talk
hasn't
about that
revealed
for an
anything
hour.
yet, but
I haven't. No,
he knows
listen, I'm
there is
keeping that to
stuff.
myself. We do have.
I think speaking of nuke, you helped create a map based off.
We
of
do
the
have an
map of Nuke.
announcement actually.
Yeah, it's yeah, because of maps like Nuke, maps like Vertigo. You know, people are falling off. They're getting all these kind of weird, not sexy deaths. Right? They're just killing themselves, jumping off the map. We want to make a map that was more serious, that was more flat. You know, we want to really take advantage of like
go old school.
Exactly,
and
go
really
old
build
school.
it and blend it with like how Nuke has played out in a way, like the whole story, the whole atmosphere around that map.
Yeah, I want to tie in the lore actually. So
yeah. and one of the things, well, specifically from the Valve specific one was the pro player experience too. So we did work. We have worked with the team and has worked with this map on this map as well.
Because they came up, they're fresh. They got like a really good map pool now. They have like good opinions, and they haven't played for that long as a team, and so. We came up with a new map, but with no further ado, let's take a look at this.
The suspense has killed me.
Yeah,
let's check it out. Jesus.
Let's get into it.
The day that Vertigo dropped, everything changed. We saw that Valve wanted to be experimental and keep the map pool fresh. And in the past, maps were very square and basic, and we really wanted to do something outside of the box. Nuke and Vertigo, they provided verticality, but you also died in some not so great ways.
See you later. So a while back, Valve contacted me and a bunch of others, including ENS, to try and make a new map that would be a little bit more for the community and for, you know, the talent within the scene.
Valve asked Alu to help make CSGO map. I said Alu will do it if they pay Alu money. And they paid, so Alu makes the map.
And if you look at maps like Nuke and Vertigo, you know, they're very vertical, and one of the things that we really wanted to work on, and especially one thing that Valve requested, was a very horizontal map, a very long horizontal map.
The big thing is every single map needs to have some kind of story behind it to make it feel exciting and compelling for the viewers. So we thought it'd be a really, really cool idea to build something that's going to be an offshoot of Nuke, of this map that doesn't have a lot of personality yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have all been waiting for, introducing one of the most important moments of CSGO history, I bring to you D Horizontal.
Alu is an AWPer, so I want to make a map that is good for AWP.
Nice.
The map is one very long hallway.
We really like to go A on this map, but if you don't go A, we go B.
So no other map lets you plan on both A and B site at the same time, so you might think it was more T favored. But Horizontal lets you smoke off both sites with one smoke, so it's pretty balanced.
We like to run down the hallway, 2-2 split on the left and the right side. I like to go long, but sometimes the map is a little bit spammy.
Forget us too. This is the new op playground.
Yep, that's right. A lot of ingenuity went into the process of the creation of that map.
A lot of long hours.
Expert minds.
A lot of long hours put into this.
And that's how Fifi reinvents Nuke.
There it is. Yeah, the final reveal.
What are you going to talk about Nuke the whole weekend, guys? You know.
What are you going to do now, though? There's no vents.
Listen, that's the thing.
What did Fifi invent?
It's still, we had a conversation about that, and apparently having that vent rat wasn't so popular among the other teams. So he got scrapped, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just fucked now, obviously.
Yeah, no.
Whatever.
I can't wait to see this map in the major circuit.
Yeah. Obviously waiting for Valve's official approval into getting this in the official map pool.
Fully playable, by the way. You can go on the workshop and get
Download
in there,
it.
get in early, right? Back to the strats before it gets some rotation.
Like, used to think Ice World was a shit show, but that is going to be a shit show.
Coming to the next CSGO majors near you, 2020.
Yeah, that's right.
I got to say, I loved just the delivery from the ENS guys.
Yeah, that was great.
It's like, all it was like, yeah, I wanted to create a map that was great for ops. So it's just a long hallway.
Yeah, he likes opping mid and long, so they decided to put them all in one place.
Yeah. I love the cheeky smoke lineups as well. Oh man, that was a good one.
Yeah, there won't be as much nade usage. It'll be a lot more simple.
Yeah.
Really,
Molotovs are going to be valuable.
A low skill floor.
It's easier to grasp though for new players.
Exactly.
You know,
we want this game to be more accessible, right? People are complaining.
Really did break it down Barney style for just about everybody that could come and check the game out. Speaking of breaking it down, guys, we have another semi on our hands.
Oh my God, we do.
I do have a semi.
And after that last one,
I'll let you guys do it.
All right. That's most cute to dodge out.
After that last semi, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, listen. Yeah. How did that one go?
Did you guys catch us up? That was some crazy stuff.
So it was very fitting that what pushed Instant to overtime was a 4K from Sergey on Banana.
Yeah.
And then at the very end of the game, you have Zywoo just kind of run a train.
Did the exact same thing, pretty much.
I saw that ballsy play from Vitality last round there to push Banana. It's a little bit cocky.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to have some swagger, right? And to be fair, like the Inferno game was a bit of a weird one in that sense because the two previous maps, it was a lot of solid T-sides, really, and that just kind of fell completely flat on Inferno. But to be fair, that's also partially because we saw a lot better CT sides coming up from both sides. I think Vitality, again, we talked about it in the pre-game, that once they get utility on their side, on the CT side of Inferno, they get really scary. And we were a little bit afraid of that actually happening because they were down 11-4.
Oh, we had maps.
We got maps again.
Oh, Vito flies in. We got Mirage, the first pick from NRG. So Train Inferno banned as per usual. Liquid's going to pick Overpass, and then we end on Dust 2, which is a map that that Energy actually beat Liquid on yesterday, 16-14 or something like that.
Yeah, and
they came back in the second half.
Liquid beat Energy on Vertigo, which they decided to remove when they had the choice between the two.
No, yeah, it's interesting. Maybe they just feel like it's just maybe they feel like they got lucky. Like yesterday was kind of a write-off just because yesterday those matches weren't so important.
So got a bit of a track record on Dust 2 if you're Liquid, right? Like that should be a pretty good pick for you.
This is a solid veto for them. I mean, is there more of a chance for an upset in this game or the last game? Like, which would be more surprising?
I don't know. Like with how Energy has been playing so far, they've been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
I think the maps are pretty decent for them as well. Again, like it feels so weird to me to see somebody like picking Overpass against Energy, like into Energy. And even though Energy keeps talking about how they don't feel super confident about the map anymore, they haven't really gotten like the nitty gritty in there with Terry. I still think they're like a dangerous team on that map.
Well, so a lot of that danger was a Cirque's op, and him being able to kind of maneuver around with this op and really put the fire down.
Yeah. It was him and Fugly.
But Cirque, obviously, do we feel like Cirque's been performing up to Cirque standards?
He had one map that I remember was really good, but it wasn't like every day super. So it wasn't full. He wasn't filling up Reddit like he normally does. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe today. We definitely see the teams have all gotten better as the days have rolled on. Maybe they've all played a ton of matches into this event, even like going back and forth between Pro League. So I think on day 2 they were especially burnt because they played like 6 maps in a day, plus they had to drive to play at a second LAN. So maybe today it's cooled off a little bit. They can get like fully prepared and just settle down, just play this one best of 3 and play like their full game.
You'd hope so, right?
You hope so.
Do any of you actually think this is going to go to 3?
It's an interesting video, right? Because right here, there's a high chance that Energy could 2-0, as you're saying, like they have a really good Overpass. So if they pick up Mirage, then you think, oh, they might be favored on Overpass. But if it goes to 3, then you got to assume Liquid. It's not going to be like yesterday that Liquid's Dust 2 should be a lot better. So then they'll maybe take that 2-1.
And North America, where's North America too?
Yeah,
I feel like we got both of these semifinals because I feel like we would have probably had more one-sided semifinals if we would have had, say, for example, maybe an Ends versus Energy and then Vitality versus Liquid, getting that Europe versus NA matchups. But now when we have domestic matchups, like even the Energy and Energy Liquid one now I do feel like it probably is going to go 3 maps, probably close ones too.
Think it'd be close ones,
yeah.
It's about one of those days, you know.
Yeah, something tells me I feel like Liquid is going to get even better. Like they were really honestly bad on day 1. Good day 2.
They complain about the morning games, so at least now they have the second semifinal.
That's true. Yeah, they get to wake up late. I mean, we're feeling great. You know what I mean? They're probably feeling great.
I feel fantastic. one more coffee launder, so we're up in.
Hey, we got cold brew in the fridge, baby.
Yeah, I need to grab that.
Or you guys could have a Monster. I mean, you got a couple.
There we go. Yes, thank you so much to Monster for keeping us energized throughout the tournament.
Yeah, dust right here. I'll just get that off for you.
Yeah, players, casters, production staff, everybody's getting in on the Monster Energy hype train.
Do we? And this is probably a question for Vendetta, since he's the genius of all of us.
Hold on.
All right then. Yeah.
Well, okay. You don't want
this not for a debate. Do we have
okay?
Can we fight about this?
Okay. You don't want this question.
All right.
How many times have we seen Energy play Mirage this event so far, and what was the
Vendetta?
No, I mean,
okay, that'll be a Vendetta question. You're right. Yeah, let's leave it for Vendetta.
No, it's been once, hasn't it?
Yeah, just once, right?
I'm pretty sure it's only been once.
Whatever you say is gospel, my man.
Yeah,
all right, let's go with it.
We
It's
believe
one.
it fully. Okay, and what was the...
And if ATL says something different, it's wrong.
Yeah,
There you go.
What was the score then? And then who was that versus?
That I can't actually get from because I'm pretty sure
I
that
can look
wasn't
that
one
up.
of the games I
Okay.
covered. So
It might have been.
I'm looking at Trace. Really,
It might have been a game that I watched. I don't know.
Why are you looking at me? Don't look at me.
You know what? I can
You
sell
brought
this.
this
he's
on
looking
yourself.
already.
Yeah, as like talk amongst yourselves.
This is
people.
great, by the way, because we're not very good at our
16-5 versus Ghost on Mirage.
Well, yeah, that's
Okay.
what it was.
Okay.
And that's the only. game.
And 16-13 versus Renegades on Mirage.
Oh right, the Renegades game. That's when. Yep. That makes sense.
The Ghost game, I recall that one. I
There we
was
go.
working that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's
Oh,
a
the
2-0.
Renegades, the one I
Yeah,
watched, I think, yeah.
undefeated, if you will.
Oh, well, okay.
I will say though they're going up against a team that I would rate higher than
much-
both of them.
Yeah, much
I guess
stiffer
at
opponent.
least
So would
Renegades.
HLTV.
Renegades with a stand-in at least.
But then again,
Yeah.
even not on Mirage specifically, but we have seen weakness from Liquid in this tournament. It's not like
yeah.
you know
Mhm.
they
Sure, yeah.
just came through here and shown us that they're the #2 team. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, there's blood in the liquid right now.
Yeah, I mean, we need to add to that, right? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
Launers was mentioning
Yeah,
how they've
yeah,
gotten
yeah.
progressively better, right, throughout the tournament. But when we talked to Twist yesterday after they dropped one map versus Energy, he was like, "We're giving up leads. Like, we're giving up crazy leads." That
Yeah.
was referring
But
to
it was
Dust
after
too.
they already made semis, and I don't think even...
Yeah, but they were pissed. Like, Stewie was outside. He was not happy. He's just like, none of them like losing.
kind of aggressively
true.
shooting the basketball rather than normally shooting.
Yeah,
the
just
basketball.
not even trying to hit the actual like net. Just like mashing it into the backboard.
Real mad doing
Um,
dunks on DJ.
But we did definitely see Twist in particular played super well on Dust 2 in the second game they played.
Yeah.
The first one, not as much. They had a lot more trouble versus, I think, Renegades with him at long, and then the second game was like 20-7. So we'll see. A lot of this comes down to our to energy. I think for us with Cirque, especially being kind of in the spotlight at all times. And
Breeze had a really good series yesterday, I think. Dropped
man,
the
when
31.
does he not, dude? He's actually so.
Breezy is so consistent.
He just doesn't. He's not like a bragger. He's not a streamer. But you know, you turn on your stream, even if you're trash, you're gonna have a lot of fans. But Breeze doesn't even stream. So imagine if he streamed, he'd be like one of the most popular players because he's just so insane all the time.
He does have a bit of a reputation, right, for being the guy who drops 40 in FBL all the time.
Yeah, amongst the pros, a pros pro, if you will.
Yeah.
So and
I mean, to be fair, most of the guys on the side of Energy have played well. Like, to me, I expect Breezy and Ethan to kind of stand out. I haven't really had, outside of the Vertigo game yesterday from Ethan, I haven't felt like we've seen like a big game from him yet so far in this tournament. Not to the kind that I'm used to seeing him, I guess.
no doubt, yeah.
So I mean, this would be an ideal time to bring it out. But I think, we're not seeing the same Cirque as we saw in 2019 in that sense. But I think he's had overall a pretty decent tournament.
Yeah, he in 2018 it was like, you're talking about Ethan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
he-
well, both of them. Both Ethan and Cirque.
So for
instance.
Ethan, I remember like HLTV did top 20, and then they released the top 21 and 22 just to see, and they said Ethan was like 21, so he like just barely didn't make it.
Yeah.
I feel like don't even tell him at that point. You know, you don't want to know.
Start
you're
rubbing
like
I don't know. Fuel to the fire. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, 2019 could be his year. But yeah, it's hardly any question marks on Liquid in terms of like who's going to be good. Like look at Nitro maybe, who's supposed to be the weakest link, and he's been kind of taking
was going off
command
yesterday.
of the game. Yeah. So and he's opping too. So and it's actually Stewie sometimes is the only person opping some of these CT sides. So it's
Navis gotten on that train too.
yeah, why not jump in? Yeah, this he's been pretty proficient as well.
All of those guys like using scopes, I feel like. I mean, you got Liege obviously using the
Master
Krieg,
Ball.
Nav too. Just going around.
Kyllä, Ense tippu, hävisi äsken Vitalitylle 2-1.
So yeah, Mirage.
Vitality teki semmoisen comebackin, että joo, comeback käs. 15-14 asti sitten Ense otti vielä 15 rundin. Ja sitten mentiin jatkoajalle. Ja sen sitten Ense hävisi joka rundi.
Okay. Something like that, yeah.
Joo, Ense tippu.
So hopefully they start off strong. We are here into
Finaalissa
the
siis
pistol.
on
and the second
Vitality
semifinal is,
ja
of course,
veikkaisin,
the
että
winner in this
Liquid
will
menee
be
sinne
Vitality
sitten
in the grand finals
tästä
of the
pelistä.
Summit. And it seems like Vitality came into
Tosiaan
the
katon
tournament
tässä
with just a
lätkää,
hot
että
group stage start,
keskityn
best of
enemmän
one,
tuohon
best of two
lätkään
format,
kuin
but
tähän
still like best of one veto style, and
CS-peliin.
still come through and beat Ents in the best of three. So that really validates their performance, I think, to a whole another level. And now it's going to be them waiting for these two competitors. They'll probably be watching intently as Ethan kind of cleans up from the window, as he's been known to do. He's been really fantastic from the spot. Oh, it's him at triple, excuse me. Trades come out, and it's just Twist to get eliminated. Man, everyone was super sharp there. got about 1 second of screen time per perspective.
Wrecked.
Destroyed.
It's about the way that goes. Pistol in the hands of NRG. Now they'll be able to upgrade some weapons here, which will help them out here in the next round.
This goes to Vitality versus NRG in the finals. I don't even know who wins.
That's the weirdest timeline, I'll tell
That's
you that.
the strangest one. Yeah. Yeah. That's when we find out it was all a dream of Bren's, and then we get a new one. Get a new CS summon.
Oh, right. We get to redo it all.
Yeah, redo it all. Sign the petitions.
Did you sign one?
No, I'm not actually caught up. I'm on season 6. So.
Oh, wait, you've been working on that for a while.
Yeah, I just save it for the planes only. So I figured I wasn't gonna make it, so now I'm just like trying to enjoy it.
Okay, yeah. Just don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, I'm almost looking forward to see how bad it gets.
Yeah.
So
I guess it's not like bad. I've definitely seen worse.
Okay.
But it was just so good.
Yeah. There's also the combination of like your favorite show's ending. So it's
that's also always like a.
That's always gonna be bad to some
I think
level.
like regardless of how a show ends, I kind of always wish there would be a couple of extra episodes, right?
Yeah. So hoping that friend dream potentially. A couple of deagles here on the second round. Liquid don't invest fully. They just even out about 2K after getting a couple of kills. No, just the 2 deagles. And it's a strong crossfire setup for NRG, so it looks like they might get thrown into an absolute blender here. The woodcutter, Tarek. There it is to chop them down like trees. And Breeze helps him out from the periphery. Not too hard for him. Tarek just wants to try to stay alive. He's going to switch to the USP. Gets a headshot and keeps the FAMAS. W. They keep 5 alive. Small golf clap from Biffy. He's got the approval. Great job.
Keeping the economy.
How's that cold brew tasting?
Oh, I haven't taken it.
Give it a shot.
Yet.
Let's get the live review.
I just had Jason review it, and he said it was alright.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Sometimes you just don't want a hot coffee. It's hard to drink, but
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like again, I'm not.
Your face is saying a lot right now.
Yeah, I'm not a cold brew fan. Like I don't drink it a whole lot.
Okay.
It's alright. You know, had better.
Well, that's live from a European review right here. So that means a lot. You guys are all about your coffee. It's a buy. It's a buy. Alicia is on the SIG. No ops in play just yet. Somewhat of a bonus for NRG, but they actually spent a lot last round, so they're totally prepared to go up against good guns. Liquid draw for position in the B-apps. Stewie kind of calling the bluff on the spam, and I don't know if he heard them fall out. He actually got pretty close, so there's potential he did. But he's still got he's been denied vision on the end of hall, so he doesn't know if they're standing up on the balcony. And doesn't seem like they're going to lead off this just yet. Really expecting NRG to go aggressive since they have maybe a low buy.
Yeah. Not looking like it. A very slow round here from Liquid.
Dude, it looks like a risk board right now. All the CT is so spread out. They're just like controlling their territory.
Looks like it's just a fallback here though from Liquid and just a simple A execute.
And we'll go back to basics. The Mirage Classic, the A exec. What are we going to get? 2 right side smokes, a couple of mid side smokes, a CT smoke, push out Palace. It's got 3 A ramps, so you know there's going to be a CT smoke here. 1 going Palace, but is it Alish? Who has the SIG? Where is he? Doesn't exactly matter, but there's a sandwich player.
Yeah, that can be real nuance here.
Oh, he's leading the charge. He's also going to get deleted first, but the trades are fantastic. 3 down on the A site for the offense. Flash in the jungle. Look at an early plant. Smokes are going to be up. This is going to be a hard retake, man, if they even want to try this.
Really good look here from Liquid in the initial take. A really clean take at that.
Oh, yeah. Sharp shooters, man.
Sharp shooters. That's exactly right. Elise, the only casualty in the round is going to be Breeze and Cirque. Don't necessarily see them going for this at all, so it'll be number 1 on the board for Liquid.
Yep. Like we said, we did say that they had a little bit of a scrappy buy.
Yeah, well, yeah. They had the
no
MP9
ops,
on
no
dabs.
ops, yeah, MP9, some FAMASes, you know.
Yeah, they're only at.
You didn't really see no mollies to hold off that push.
No, they can definitely improve that. Tarek just want to make it seem like he's gonna. Oh, he just wanted to come kill the AUG. That's nice find by him.
Good idea.
Yeah. That's it. We are right back into Liquid, stopping the momentum of NRG.
So Daps could buy a rifle here, and they could drop that one. Yeah, we're looking all right on the NRG side, I guess.
Didn't even think about that. Yeah, they've got a very healthy buy, it looks like. Some good money management.
Some pretty good utility there. So
kits being bought, no one wasting a cent.
Yep, don't be a loser.
Buy a diffuser.
Yep.
Don't be a tit.
Buy a kit.
Life lessons. By Trace.
And Mr. Mohan.
I did that mistake once in overtime.
Bought a kit?
I didn't buy kits. I had 4 teammates buy kits, and then I didn't buy kit. It was on Inferno. I think it was in overtime on Inferno, first round, I think.
Is that why you're on the couch? Was it that round?
It could have been, yeah. It could have been.
That might have actually been the one that kind of.
No, I remember this too, and I remember having this argument because I was like, dude, like we have 4 kits, like there should be someone nearby that I can just grab because you know it's $400 and like I bought an op, we have nades, you know, trying to reserve as much money as I possibly could, Launders.
I feel like you could find a kit. I mean, there's so many kits everywhere.
I felt like I could have found a kit, and here's the funny part too: Forrest is alive too. But I'm the one sticking the fuse. I'm the upper.
Yeah.
Right? And there's like a miscommunication there of like, because I kept on, I think I called to Force 2, I don't have a kit, but
sometimes when there's so little time, it's hard to just check that little icon.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know who that was.
I lose that. But yeah, that was definitely noted. I think there is I think someone commented on it like recently, actually, a few weeks ago.
It's definitely provided
there is a
for
clip
some
around.
There was an infamous round on Train with Pasha. I think he had like 4K, didn't buy a kit, and they lost the game for it. It's going to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed the Valencia one with FNS and Kusta. That was, thoroughly enjoyable to have witnessed.
Yeah, great moments aren't always pretty, right?
Yeah,
Need to try to be reserved about that.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
They really wanted to get him out of that window right there, and Ethan does go down to about 15 HP.
Both those nades were good. Could have been. Ethan will trade out, actually, so being pretty selfless. Stewie gets destroyed in the window. They almost zoned him out, but Breeze is pretty smart about getting into CPL, so they've got top connector control. Bomb's making his way back to A-ramp. CTs have started to kind of cross over and rotate in. And Elige now is going to be maybe first contact position as everyone moves out. No one under Balk. Cirque behind the smoke in jungle with the AUG, and everybody's pressing forward. They're pushing up against these soft walls, just waiting to pounce. And Nitro's got a plant. His team can only cover him for so long. They'll finally do that. Spam comes through to the box. Ethan will be the first to peek. Gets traded 1-for-1. Twist tries to be proficient with the AK. Wow. He does do a good job. It's actually Tarek to get dinked as well. 2 CTs from jungle. They've got pretty good post plants here on the T's. There's a really high chance they could pull this off if they're careful enough. And Elige will come out for first contact, but they do a good job of finding him and trading him. Now they can forget about Palace. It's all on Twist at the A ramp, and a big flank out through mid, but they won't have time to stop this. Well, oh my god, he gets there just in the nick of time.
Oh my god.
Naf on the 1v1, and does he have enough time to even pull this off? We'll see. Naf has, no choice but to go for this. He gets off the bomb. Breeze thought he was a dead man when he saw that guy flying across connector.
That's such an impressive round for Liquid. Energy had everyone there. It was a 5-on-4, and Energy, not a single. They actually gambled there too, Energy. Had no one left from B. All 5 was in connector and CT spawn. Still held it. That was super impressive. Great execute.
You get really anxious when you're the guy at A ramp and you realize you have enough time that you could maybe make the rotate all the way around through mid. But you're like, if I take too much time to think about this, not a good play anymore.
Like if they don't hesitate, they stick to the fuse.
Yeah.
You know, like
if
all
one
of
thing
these
goes
things.
wrong, if you get stopped in one part of your transit there,
your team dies, Prius switches to you and just watching you run through mid like an idiot.
Prius pulls out of that cam, shakes his mouse hand left and right.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Big
no.
Dude. Should have put me
like
in the
that.
game.
Yeah, exactly like that.
That's the stuff that makes you feel bad. CT timeout.
That's an early one.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tilt one, I think. No, I'm kidding.
A mental reset.
Throwing in the keys.
I mean, listen, they read the call perfectly. You know what I mean? Like, they had that round in the bag.
It's interesting. With that whole round, they played 5v5. No one died. No one took damage. And then they just went back to that kind of classic A setup. It was just an execute.
Wasn't it a 5-on-4 the whole time? They lost entry, right?
Did someone die before they executed? I thought they had grouped up. Maybe you're correct, but
you mean on the side of Liquid or on the side of Energy?
No, Liquid. I thought it was
5v5.
5-on-4 to Energy, right?
5-on-4 to Energy?
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah. Breezy got the first kill on Stewie.
Right.
Oh, okay. So he got killed up in the B apps, and then they went into the execute. All right. So that's just an actual comeback here for Liquid. So they don't invest everything, staying around 2 to 2.5K. What is the Liquid anti-eco? That is the question.
Making the right read so far. Heading over to A.
Using the beginning portion of the round to just escort Elige to top mid. Here he can kind of he can be so annoying. Even if he stays alive and doesn't kill anyone, no one wants to rotate off Cat through mid if you know top boxes is dangerous. So he can delay for a long time. There's only one in CT spawn. First fire comes through. Molotovs will come out. And it looks like it could be a pretty clean affair. And do they want to save these? At least Breeze, he's got an AUG.
I mean, he should definitely save. Maybe get one more weapon. If you can.
There we go. No, you back out.
It's a good kill.
They got Cirque running up mid to grab the gun. So that's like Kev on Cirque as well. So pretty much as good of a scenario that energy could have hoped for.
It's one of those days. I'm probably
out there in the
same.
end.
Need a bit more coffee.
One round at a time. The cold brew is light. It's like 60 milligrams of caffeine per cup, so it's not even.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought the cold brew usually is stronger.
It's, like, it's actually
you drink it for the taste. Is that why? Or
no, I just drink like 4 cups.
Oh, all right.
Just drink the whole thing.
No wonder it tastes like.
I'm pretty sure they could just make ordinary coffee here as well.
Yeah, you can.
It should be over
Cold
there.
brew is like so much. You just put it away. So.
All right.
Yeah.
I put it away.
I prefer it. Yeah. Just stuff it in there. You know what I'm saying?
Just kind of push
Never
it in
be
there.
seen again. Just boof that shit.
Wow. Words you didn't expect to
Skip
hear
the middleman. You know what I'm
Boof.
saying?
That one was.
I'm not trying to have my liver filter out this caffeine. I want it all in the bloodstream instantly.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Launders, and this is Jackass.
Interesting tactic.
Can't wait to see what you're gonna do with that shopping cart outside.
Watch me do a handstand. Yeah. Yeah. Do we have any hills nearby?
Oh, we got plenty of stairs at least.
Okay, stairs. Yeah. I have a story, but I'm not gonna tell it now.
Okay. Well, this round is a very violent exchange thus far. It's Liquid that takes damage first and foremost. However, Ethan also getting tagged down there. It does appear as though they want to pinch on this A site. Eventually, Nitro does fall. If they were to hit now, they could maybe isolate this guy in jungle and then take the guy out underneath. They did molly him off. It's Ethan cleaning him up, though. Doing the exact opposite of everything I just said. So, take it away, Launders.
I think you're right on the right track. They definitely
just kind of like a mirrored image, basically.
You saw Ethan just like squinting into the A-halls with that tiny angle with his AUG. He was like, all right, well.
Tarek's got such a strong position here.
Oh, wow.
Even if it does go down to 2v2. As soon as that bomb's going to go down, because I feel like it's very unlikely that we're going to see a rotation out of the A-bomb site with a bomb.
Oh, he's moving out. He kind of cleared it. He didn't look just yet. He's going to underbalk. This could be a mental reset. I don't know. Does Twist clear this?
Boy.
And does Tarek stay patient? 40 seconds. Bomb is stopped. I can't believe that just happened.
I can't believe he actually dared to go out.
Yeah, and Twist, I mean, he's looking up at halls because he knows Tarek's flanking or someone's flanking, or just hoping it's random.
Oh, he has no idea.
Is he going to clear this?
No idea.
Oh, and he's going to walk right by into the crosshairs of T-Rock. Oh, Tarek goes 1 for 1, though, yeah. So, there's a CT player. Doesn't know where he is. Elise thinks he's going to have to fight right now. It's not truth. But
20 seconds on the clock, though, and that bomb's down. It's just the Elise here to try to get it planted. And Cirque, well, he is towards CT. Tries to pull out the fake plant. And it works.
Wow, that ends early.
A little ballsy, but pans out.
That's interesting.
I feel like if it committed to a plant, that plant would have been done by the time Cirque actually commits to the actual peak. So, I don't know. That feels like a bit of a mistake from Cirque's side.
Sort of a misread there. That's a crazy spray, though, huh? He goes, like, sprays down and then pulls, like, bottom left just to hit that headshot. Or bottom right, I should say. That was pretty nice. Look good with a small lead that will become sizable after this round.
4-2.
That's a pretty jarring sound to get hit by a tin can, but oof,
so was that.
Ethan from behind. And this CZ just being as annoying as possible, trying to create some resistance at mid, and it's the offense to fall back.
I mean, mission accomplished in that sense.
Oh yeah,
look at the
HP,
HP.
Man. Lucky
They
to be alive.
brutalized them here in middle.
They're going to clear our close cap player. It doesn't even seem like it. They're so preoccupied with Ethan, but they still get the kill.
Look at the HP.
Twist could go ham. Oh my god,
This is
everyone's
insane.
within 1 shot, but it feels like the NRG. I mean, soon enough, they're going to forget about this damage and think, damn, we lost this round, but
they don't really have anything to lose, right? Like, there's no reason for them to save
oh my
here.
god, another one. Like ships in the night.
Could things go more the way of
This
Liquid
is
right now?
crazy. They're just going to jump by. Okay, there's at least something.
Well, he's got the indication now. He saw that sort of forward movement right there is pretty obvious as to where they're going. So they will get the bomb planted again. Very low HP on the side of Liquid. They're going to have to really batten down the hatches and kind of dig in.
Was that actually a pretty decisive mid-round to go B because they saw so many players on Cat, they still committed to it, and it was the right site.
Yeah, because they ended up killing so many people there in mid, right?
Yeah, Cat guy went down.
But it's still a gamble for sure, yeah.
Cirque gave him a run for the money with the CZ, though.
That was so much damage.
Dinking him up.
I know. It's
It was
actually
a little bit bad
unlucky.
timing. You saw the little, who was it up in mid? It was a Cirque still, right?
Yeah, Cirque with a
He
CZ.
does the white peak when the Deagle guy from Energy is reloading window.
Yeah.
That's why Cirque gets this one-on-one duel he really doesn't want. So it's like these like really small, like minor mishaps right now of like, well, Cirque, unless that call comes. Right?
That is the name of the game. Everyone from Liquid goes down with the ship.
Yeah.
5-2.
That's a victory for Energy.
Right, yeah, it's a strong eco. Ultimately, at least they got all 5 kills, so...
Picked up 2 weapons as well.
Yeah, let's recover the AK and the SIG for Breeze. We'll see
Does
how
he
good
use that
he
a
is.
lot?
Yeah, we'll see
Yeah.
how good he is with it. And behind that Energy by a couple of ops. It's a big, it's adjustment. I think that's popularized by SK first and foremost. Like, if you remember MLG Major, as soon as Colzera bought that op on the B side, the double op setup just stayed for the entire game. It's such a strong setup. You can delay rotations. A good rush is actually a great counter for a couple of these ops, and now Nitro will be the first to lead the charge, and there's a crossfire here that gets absolutely decimated, completely picked apart within a moment's notice. That's it.
Yeah, that was a bulldozing there by Liquid. Bomb planted, 3 alive, and I don't see a world where Energy goes for this.
They even threw the preemptive Molotov. They had 2 people in the site. They had 1 op there, but no one had enough time to set up. Do you think Liquid had a feeling they would buy a second op, or?
I'm not too sure if that's what they were going with. Maybe it's other tendencies that they played, or maybe it's because they've just been focused on mid in previous rounds. That like, it's the same kind of thing. Like if your cap player, for example, is someone who strays off far into mid because he wants to help out with maintaining mid control, that kind of thing. If you're quick enough with your B takes, he's going to be so out of position, and anyone who's left on the B bombs are just left to fend for themselves.
I mean, usually there is an idea behind like a B rush. So like maybe there is something we just don't know, right? Like you're saying, Launders. Did they know that there's going to be a second op? Like have they played against them enough to know that okay, this is what they like to do when they're behind? So let's just B rush. Or did they just assume maybe they're low on money, can't really afford mollies to like hold off a B rush? Or was it just a B rush? So many questions.
So many questions. So
where are
few
the
answers,
Robin?
Where are the answers? I thought we were supposed to be the guys that.
Luckily here at
I
the
come
summit,
to you for answers, Robin.
Listen, man, it's all kinds of bullshit.
Luckily,
you know what I'm saying?
luckily here at the summit, we can get the players on the couch.
Yeah,
to
that's what I mean.
give
We
us-
should remember that round just to ask.
Yeah. Dude, Stewie has 0 kills and they have 6 rounds. There's 6 and 2.
Does Nitro's on the board yet? Yeah, he's gotten on the board yet. There you go.
You want to know why? Because it's raining outside today, so we didn't really get a lot of time on that basketball
He was
court.
playing basketball
He
before
was
every
shooting
game.
shots. He was shooting the basketball though, with a little bit of drizzle, but the basketball's soaking wet because it just rained. So.
Ooh. And then he brought that onto his glossy mouse.
Yeah, it's not going too well.
Oh,
Probably
he's slipping
pretty
and
gross.
sliding. Yeah.
Slippery indeed is the Liquid.
Another buy coming
Naturally.
up from Energy.
Nothing, just building on a pun.
Yeah, no, it's
Sorry, man.
just didn't catch it. My bad.
I make noises too, like imitation noises. So if you got any like,
Sure. What can
have
you
you
do?
heard Mohan's?
Everybody calm down.
No,
Jesus
it's not. Have
Christ.
you heard
gotta
Mohan's
get-
got?
Reddit impression?
Well, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, who is this?
I love that. Just average Reddit user.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Well, actually, the
you say,
statistics.
like for example, like Zywoo got that crazy 3K at the end of the game
4K.
with the 4K with the op,
Yeah.
and then somebody in the Reddit thread, you can scroll down to the very bottom, and
Yeah.
then someone go, well, actually, Liquid played that super badly. Oh my God! If you look at the players here, they really need to improve. Zywoo got so lucky.
Speaking
That
of
sounds about
Liquid,
right.
Yeah, it's not.
gonna be
that's
a
exactly what Reddit sounds
A little
like.
nasally
sometimes.
too.
it's gonna be an A-hit, fellas, and it's coming in numbers. All 5. 1 in the halls. That's gonna be Elite. He's gonna have that mask. Stu missing the shot there. Of course, the smoke kind of masking a little bit of that. They're not gonna be able to fight this guy underneath the balcony. A little bit dirty, but the trades have rang in.
Oh.
Damn.
Poke
9
the
seconds.
bear.
So the bomb has to go down right this second.
They're gonna rush this. He's got to take the peek, right? Oh, there's Jet, but the op goes on cycle. Second shot missed.
Miracle.
1v2 potential. Oh, but Breeze too clean. Good attempt.
Liquid did like a surprisingly good job, even though it looks really wonky, depending on the view we're watching, right? Like, they're doing such a good job of getting trades. It's not like you see two kills in a row on the side of Energy before Liquid ever spawned it at any given point.
Yeah.
They used every single one of their nades with the execute. They they threw everything out
Yep.
there. They traded in the site. And if you think a team is going to play retake on a site, you're not going to waste too many grenades because you know it's going to be a long round. If you know you're going to have to isolate players under Balk or Sandwich, or they're going to play 2 within the site, then you want to kill them. You actually want to throw Molotovs and get those kills as soon as possible. And they did that, but still, like, Energy come through with the Queen trades as well.
I was going to say, I feel like we're going to see Liquid maybe switch up here a little bit on the default. There's been a lot of slow play, a lot of slow defaults, just a B rush initially, but it's been 9 rounds now.
Woo!
Yeah, a little bit more aggressive play. I like the swap from Liquid.
Chance there.
That was scarily close.
That's a huge trade. That's the CT player. That just scares the CT so much. So they don't have to rotate all the way around. Now they pick up middle. watch CT, and the T's can judge where they're going to be light.
See, it's Ethan that they got towards ticket. Maybe they swap him around with Cirque.
Oh, that's huge. They as soon as they get the CT player, they juggle, they take mid, Sui's in here. There's a huge chance for a flank, and Elige ends up going down. There's 2 players that are in the site. Naf kills the first one. Do they know? They're still Cirque. Yeah, he ends up going down. Tarek rotating out, just trying to mind his own business. And he can't even do that.
That kill on the connector, though, I don't know if they had eyes on the bomb, but that creates a bigger problem for Liquid. They're going to have to get back over there and try to grab this bomb up. Breeze jumping in the window in the meantime, heading towards jungle.
Oh, they heard him.
And that proves to be fatal. Breeze falls, Energy grabbed the round. An important one, too, if you think about the money.
Interesting. I wonder if Breeze, could get into the CT, but he clearly wanted to try to get a kill. Didn't know they'd be so close to act, but Liquid have been moving quickly. They've been really just not wasting time holding.
It's been high pace. They're the ones actually to take a timeout.
No, that's what I mean from Liquid. It's been high pace when they actually did do the executes, but like it started the rounds. They've been playing very defensively. Haven't really taken a lot of map control at all. The first 45 to a minute, the only real aggressive play we saw was that B rush. Hence that's why I mentioned with that swap to the aggressive play there. Because Energy now are keeping to the point of like, well, they're just playing defensive. Just keep your nades, don't waste anything. That just one round from Liquid is going to make Energy now waste a lot of utility early.
So you think, do Energy fuck around at mid at all? Top mid control.
I mean,
CT?
here's the beauty of things, right? And especially now with the timeout, because of the swap from Liquid, you have options here from Energy side, right? Do you want to try and contest mid this time? Do you think Liquid's going to go aggressive, or do you think maybe is the call here for Liquid? Hey, one more default, slow round again, and again, just have Energy waste a lot of utility because they don't have a lot to begin with, and I think that's the call that we see.
Well, you see the CT smoke top middle, right?
Yeah, they're going the Astralis.
Yeah, they've kind of gotten them wearisome of even going in middle. And
Look at all the utility that they're throwing right now, Energy, and look at how much they have left on.
Yeah,
10 seconds left.
If they're gonna throw the top mid smoke, I feel like they should have something to back it up when they have so little utility, right?
That's a great
you don't
call,
have
Robin.
a lot to fall back on.
Well, control that space. Get bodies in there.
Yeah,
like,
and
get in there.
Even if there's nobody there from the side of
I'm
Liquid,
watching it right now.
again,
Isaac
that's a
and
good rotation
Milas
path
going to
to
win.
both sides for you.
Right.
Depending on how Liquid are going to read this, if they knew what we knew, they could play this round out slowly and they'd have a huge advantage.
Yeah, why don't they have X-ray on?
Yeah, exactly.
They got to rebind that, dude. These dumbass teams.
Then you should also see here from Liquid, if you then base it off of, they should see like maybe an A split.
The only reason that the setup might be okay for Energy
Going
just
towards
because
B
they have
instead.
2 ops, because one of the ops is looking deep into B apps,
Yeah,
and the bomb is coming his way. So that might be a saving grace for them. But the 3 CTs are far rotates from B, so we'll see.
These connector guys could pull a fight here on A and keep at least some bodies there.
Yeah.
While they try to get this bomb out, Tarek's not going to
Oh, man, you hate to see that.
Not have a good time with that one.
Now, my God, he has no support, so he's worried about 2 choke points, but he's still looking good. That's a big kill. He also falls back to a new position. He'll look for another shot, misses the shoulder slightly. There's a T on either side of him. One jumps over. He catches that one out of the sky, but Nitro will eventually trade, leaving just him alone, actually. And Energy get trades on the other side of the map. That was, Tarek put himself in a tough spot and still.
Yeah, no,
disaster
do.
Accidentally put himself in a really tough spot, but he salvaged that really, really well.
That's the thing we talked about, just breaking down that round right early on there. This is a game of chess, right? And that's why I said like I would have preferred Liquid to make that A split call instead, because Energy had no utility to break that, like to hold off that push that Liquid would have, because they had all the utility.
20 seconds to win.
With a lot of that nades that you have for Energy side, if you have that stationary on,
Finland
you have
wins.
time to hold.
Definitely.
But so far, again, I
Rallying
really
this.
love these plays from Liquid. Really flexible, really fluid. Great hold from Energy.
Oh, this is
so far up. I don't think they'll expect that.
Tarek's expecting some respect, and they're coming in
not alone.
quick. Twist comes through the CZ kill. He gets one. The AUG will try to make up for it, and Stewie will trade him out with the Eagle. They've got market control almost. A bunch of these CTs are panicking, and they're actually going to get one of their noggins popped off by Elige with this P250. Bomb hasn't been planted just yet. Op can be recovered. That'll make things different. But Elige, man, just with the CZ or with the P250, gets away with just 1 HP.
Yeah, that's a scary one right there. That gets really nitty and gritty. It's Cirque by himself, the AWP. He's going to have to try to take one out. Bomb being planted now, so he's going to go on that notion. That grenade not placed the best. Doesn't find Elige, who, again, is sitting on 1 HP.
Is he going to walk into it? Oh.
Yep, right into the crosshair of Naf he goes. And
It's a game of timing sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of the times it's not been going the way of energy. I mean, go back to that pistol round that we saw with the aggression in mid. So many liquid players on low HP and just
big
energy so close to really getting something big.
I speak
was deep B smoke plus
little English and
okay, they're going to be setting up maybe
Finnish.
after this they come through, but
Yeah.
somebody flies around the corner like as he's getting ready to shoot, and he has to hit a freaky shot, and if he doesn't hit it, then
there's also right there on their retake, right? When you think about NRG, they were all kind of looking towards window.
Yeah, they had 3 players looking at window from market.
I'm not really understanding that because they have to know that that guy's pushed all the way to close wall or even has the possibility of being there. So I'd figure, like maybe somebody would watch that way.
Yeah, miscommunication. There you go.
What was that original word? That sounded kind of cool.
I couldn't even.
Well, that's like a way to
Couldn't make it up
personify it.
again.
That's what it would be. They might have called something badly. Sometimes, yeah, I don't know.
I think another issue to add to kind of the misery of energy right now is the fact that because they seem so adamant about going double offs all the time, that it'll never have an established economy ever.
Yep. That was now choking a
massive
stuffed chicken. It's not
okay,
real chicken or his chicken.
That's not what we were going for, but
we're setting them up here.
Yeah,
but
starting to keep it this a little bit tame.
Yep.
Fast round again here.
Oh yeah.
Very fast round, and Liquid are on top of it thus far with 4 players.
Yeah, they got all the fixins. They got the gravy, mashed
Yeah,
potatoes.
There we go. A little bit of ranch, a dab of ranch.
Oh yeah.
And they're gonna hit it on that A site from the looks of it.
Black peppercorn chicken.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Sounded delicious.
Biscuits and gravy, hot sauce, sweet tea, and AWP from Nitro.
That sounded amazing.
Yeah,
I actually love that.
Sorry, I'm starting. I'm
and
slowly losing
somehow
it.
I'm hungry. All right, man, that was the moneymaker. That last round, that was like the free eco. That was energy to take a bigger lead. Now they're just like, look at that, $0. AUG in hand, no nades to work with. 1v3 can't completely write him out, but they seem to know where he is. Maybe.
Perhaps.
One can expect. I mean, they're not going to let go of CT spawn at any given point anyway.
Oh. Chance is lost. And what a quick half that has been. It feels like it's been 15 minutes. We're at 9-4. And Liquid get themselves another eco.
Well,